Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, which for 7 days has been transformed from life in Taiwan to life in England! Yes, this is my life in England, coming to the end of my week here now. But we've got a lot of things planned tonight, first of which we are going for some traditional English food, which, George, you can tell everybody what are we going to have?
We're going to have fish and chips.
We are going to have fish and chips. My mum, my dad, my sister, my brother, my niece, my nephew, and myself are heading out to celebrate my trip here. So I'm going to bring you with me, share the experience with you, awesome team VVVIP. We're actually in a mad rush to get out of the house, get to the fish and chip restaurant. So come on with us, let's go. Okay, so as you no doubt can already see, this is a nighttime video, so please excuse any dodgy camera footage. We're just so busy. I would have hoped to have come in the daytime, but so busy. We're coming in the evening time. As usual for one of my food videos, I haven't eaten all day, so I'm absolutely starving. Okay, so as you can see, we've now arrived at the restaurant, Marigold's Fish and Chips in West Kirby, and what I'm going to try and do is give you 3, 4 or 5 interesting facts about fish and chips. See how much my dad knows about this national British dish. What country brought fish and chips to England?
It was us.
Okay, stereotypical British viewpoint, the fish and chips is British, when in fact it's considered that the Portuguese were the first people to bring fried fish to England. Interesting, right?
Didn't know that.
Okay, and before the food comes, time for fact number 2. I'm going to go around the family and I'm going to ask them what decade was the first recorded fish and chip shop, or chippy as we call them, when was the first one opened to the nearest decade. So we'll start with my mum. When do you reckon, mum?
1826.
Okay, so mum says the 1820s decade. Dad, what do you reckon?
1880s.
1880s. John, first fish and chip shop, when was it recorded being opened?
1950s.
1950s.
1920s.
Okay, 1920s. Kids, what are you going to say? 1880s. 1670s. So, Sydney, my niece, thinks they had fish and chips in the Dark Ages. And I'm going to say, I think it was in the 1860s. Surprise, surprise. I was right. 1860s. So whoever said the 1880s was
the
1826, my mum said.
I said the 1880s, I think.
Yeah. Anyway, back later with another fact. At the moment, the food is arriving, so everybody's pretty excited. Cheers, mate. This is fish and chips, deep fried cod and deep fried potato slices, also known as chips. Over in America, we'll probably call them French fries or hot chips. But in addition to the fish and chips itself, there's a side order of mushy peas and 2 great big slices of bread and butter for making chip butties. Another interesting word that means sandwich where I come from. But like I said earlier, super hungry. Gonna get stuck in. Back in a minute with another fact. Right, this fish and chips is absolutely flying down. Perfect traditional British fish and chips. And time for another fact. another question for the family. Everybody listening to Teacher Alan? Yeah. At the peak popularity, there were 35,000 fish and chip shops in the 1930s, right? But now, today, how many fish and chip shops are there in the UK? Dad, you first.
4,000.
Dad says 4,000. Mum?
10,000.
10,000. Sid?
6,000.
6,000?
8,700.
Oh, nice. 8,700. Lorne?
About 15,000.
15,000. John?
11.
11,000. Well, I can confirm we have a winner. Somebody has the right answer. The answer is 10,000 fish and chip shops. Mom, yeah! No, you said 8,000, I think. Yeah, well done, Mom. So yes, there you have it. Now 10,000 fish and chip shops in the UK. And just to give you a bit of reference, there's 1,200 McDonald's and 846 KFCs. Right, one more thing to show you before we head out of the restaurant. And that's what I mentioned earlier, a chip. Butty. Am I saying it right?
Butty.
A chip. Butty. Now that's my original Scouse accent kicking in there. So the ingredients for the perfect chip butty are very complicated. So pay attention. Slice of bread and butter. Chips. I'm trying to...
Are you folding them the wrong way? You've got to go that way. So that when you fold it, it doesn't dig into the bread.
So, chips, bread and butter, fold it over. Absolutely carb-delicious.
You're gonna have to say what that means.
I'll do it in the corner up there.
Up
What
there.
The hot chips melt the butter, soak the bread. A culinary experience you can only enjoy by coming to a traditional fish and chip shop here in the UK. Hello, this is the chef. This is who I've got to thank for the perfect fish and chips.
Thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, good. Whoa, that was delicious. An absolutely perfect serving of British style fish and chips. And before I go, one more lesson to give you about fish and chips and related back to the learning of English, which a lot of people watch my channel to do. Fish and chips used to be served in newspaper, wrapped up in that day's newspaper, which actually led to an expression being formed in English, which is the advice we give to somebody who is being gossiped about or talked about and they're worrying what people are saying about them. We will just say, well, today's news is tomorrow's chip paper, meaning people quickly forget about what they were talking about today and go on to something new tomorrow. So if you're learning English from my channel, you can use that in your daily conversation. But on that lesson, I'm going to say goodbye from Marigold's Fish and Chips here in West Kirby. I've absolutely enjoyed this fish and chips and going to take the camera now and let everybody in my family say good bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. See you next time in my life in Taiwan. Sorry, we need to do that one again.
Oh my god.
John isn't in it at all.
Which one?